What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at these incredibly interesting fans from Deepcool. These are the FC120s. They come in a pack of 3 with a couple of screws, a couple of cables, and that's it. They only have a single cable on each fan and there's no hub because guess what? They daisy chain together. Hooray! Coming in at just $27.99 in the UK for the white or black fans, we finally have affordable fans that connect together with a simple solution and without the need for multiple cables per fan. It's genuinely great for everyone. It's by no means as clever or as easy to work with compared to the likes of Lian Li, Corsair or Thermaltake, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. A triple pack of Corsair QX120 fans will set you back £140, the Thermaltake fans are about £105, and the Lian Li fans are around about £80 to £90 for a triple pack as well. Though I will note, I did spot the other day, if you do like the look of the original uni fans from Lian Li, I have seen them for around £55, which I think isn't a terrible purchase. But let's get back to these FC120 fans from Deepcool. The way these fans work is incredibly simple. On the side of the fan, next to where the cable is located, there are a few pins ready to receive another connection from another fan. Once you've connected each of your fans together, you can grab the last 2 cables from the box. One is an extension cable, which is great if you want to situate one fan further away from the other, or if you just have a large case and you need a little bit extra length. Trust me, a lot of people won't say no to a bit of extra length. You know, other people, not me though. One additional thing that this does allow you to do though is spread your fans around a bit more, so you can comfortably have enough length for 2 fans at the front or side or top of your case, then another one located at the rear, which is quite common with a lot of setups. In order for this to work, you will need to plug the single fan located furthest away into one of the other 2 fans, then connect one of those fans to the other cable in the box. The other cable that's left is this ugly one. Your nice, neat 1 cable fans will require connection to 3 different locations. One to a SATA power connector from your power supply, secondly a 4-pin PWM fan header to your motherboard, and the third is the ARGB 3-pin connector to your motherboard, so you can sync and control your RGB fans. A nice addition is the extra male ARGB connection, so you can connect existing ARGB products to these fans. It would be nice if there was also a connection like this for the fan header too, but I'm not as mad because, fan headers are a lot more common on motherboards than ARGB headers are, especially on ITX motherboards as well. You can connect up to 4 fans in total to each other, but do remember, whilst having no hub can seem like a big win, it will mean that you will require multiple connections to your motherboard and power supply if you wish to add more fans in the future. For example, if you have 7 to 9 fans in your PC, you'll need 3 separate SATA connectors and 3 separate fan headers available. You could daisy chain the ARGB connections together, but it's worth checking your motherboard manual first to see how much power the header on your motherboard can actually deliver. So for example, my motherboard I have in this Phanteks case is the ROG Strix B660i, which is rated at 5 volts and can deliver up to 3 amps. To calculate watts, you times your amps by your volts, so 3 times 5 is 15. So we have up to 15 watts available from our ARGB header. These Deepcool fans are rated at 1.05 watts, so you should easily have capacity for up to 14 of these fans in total, consuming 14.7 watts. Assuming you don't have any other ARGB strips or fans connected as well, you should be good to go. When it comes to pure airflow, these fans aren't the best. With an RPM range of 500 to 1800, we get a CFM of just 61.9, but they're not terrible either. They offer similar levels of performance to Lian Li Uni fans and Corsair's QX120s, but nowhere near as much as the 81.6 CFM that the Thermaltake fans can output. Static pressure is also fine, but nowhere near as good as the other daisy chaining fans. The Deepcool FC120s offer 1.83 millimeters of water, or mmH2O. The Lian Li fans output 2.59, the Thermaltake output 3.17, and the new Corsair QX120s can output 3.8 millimeters of H2O, which is more than double what these Deepcool fans offer. So if you are looking to mount these things to a radiator, do consider they're not the best option out there, but they're not the worst. By no means. After reading all this, I didn't really have much hope for these fans when it comes to thermals inside a compact ITX rig like this Phanteks P200A. But I was wrong. I guess I just didn't realize how bad the Antec Prism fans were as case fans when I reviewed this case. The 3 bonus Antec fans in this case have a max airflow rating of 55 CFM, which is around 75% of what these Deepcool fans offer. As a result of this did actually affect CPU and GPU temperatures in this case. The Antec Prism fans do, however, have a much higher static pressure rating of 2.56, which is similar to the Lian Li Uni fans. So they perform much better on a radiator than they do just trying to get more air flowing into your case. If you haven't seen it already, obviously I'm going to point it at several times in this video. I have a video all about the Phanteks P200A in the top corner of your screen. So feel free to give that a watch if you want to learn more about this case. But fortunately, after my review of this case, I do have some easy numbers to work with. After a combined stress test with MSI Combustor GPU benchmark and the CPU burner running simultaneously, the 3 Antec Prism fans allowed our CPU to reach a max temperature of 62 degrees and the GPU a maximum of 67 degrees. Installing the Deepcool FC120s dropped our temperatures on the CPU down to 60 degrees and our GPU down to 65.1 degrees, which is 2 degrees off both components for just choosing better fans with a much higher CFM. As a result, this puts us 5 degrees below the stock CPU configuration of 65 degrees and about 3.5 degrees below the stock GPU configuration in this P200A. Now to finish things off, I'll leave you guys with a little noise test at a few different levels of RPM so you can get an idea of how these things sound at different RPM levels. Now let's talk about what I don't like about these fans. The corners of these things are pretty much a solid block of rubber, which is great for reducing noise, vibrations, and drones, which does work really well, but they're an utter dust magnet. So over time, I can imagine they could get a bit grimy as the dust won't just wipe off. Like I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't like the fact that if you plan on putting several packs of these in your case, you will need a lot of SATA connections as well as multiple fan headers. These fans are by no means the brightest in the world either. They're nicely diffused, but the lighting is fairly basic. There's no extra lighting around the edge or the rim of the fan, nor are they available in reverse fan blade options like Thermaltake offer out of the box and what Lian Li are soon to be offering. Though with Lian Li fans, you do have to buy a separate specific reverse option, which is a little bit annoying. Throughout this video, I've been comparing these fans to other fans that can daisy chain together, perhaps rather unfairly as they're a lot more expensive and generally a lot better fans. Really, I should probably be comparing them to fans that are at the same price, which can't connect together with one cable and require separate hubs and tons of cables, because at the price point that these cost, there really aren't many other options, especially from reputable brands and not the likes of UpHere or Tusmurit like you will see on Amazon. But if you are after some very affordable, easy to cable manage, quiet operating, and overall fairly standard looking ARGB fans, then these FC120s are definitely worth considering as they tick a lot of boxes for a lot of people, and I can imagine will make a lot of PCs really look that much cleaner, especially behind the motherboard tray. Another thing to note is that you just have to remember how accustomed we have become to big chunky hubs taking up valuable space in our cases. These are definitely a refreshing change. Anyway guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I know it's only a quick one today, but what do you guys think? Are these fans likely to make it into your next PC build or go into your current PC build? If you'd like me to check out any other good cheap fans, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a like. And if my face hasn't offended you, don't forget to get subscribed. If you're interested in checking out these FC120 fans and any other fans I may have mentioned, make sure you check the description for my Amazon affiliate links. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers.